Grand rising, grand rising. Beautiful people. And for those who are new, I welcome you too. Well, my eyes get oily up there. Also, before we get into it, if you could please go ahead and like this video. I know you're like, girl, I didn't even watch the video. How I'm gonna like it? Just like it. Okay, just to show you something. But if you need to watch the whole video, then watch the whole video. I appreciate that. Leave some comments. Let me know what you think about what you saw in the video. Or just say, hey girl, hey. Yeah, like the video, subscribe, for those who can relate, okay? Because I only want my relatives over up in here, okay? And if there's any visitors, visit with respect, okay? Oh, all right, and then, yeah, share the video if you find the content valuable. All right, I want you to understand, I'm not here to make you think like me. Something just caught my eye, hold on for a second. Oh, what was I? As I was saying, share the video if you find the content valuable. Did I say subscribe? I think I did. Anywho, enjoy yourself over here. Give me some feedback. I would love your feedback, your thoughts. If you can relate to it, if you have questions, also do that. If you feel like you do not want to publicize your comments or questions and not leave them below, I do have other sources that you can communicate with me. That information is in the description box, and I sometimes leave it at the end of the video. Okay, all right, set them up. Okay, let's get this going. Okay, so if you see me looking down, I do have notes just to remind me of talking points I want to touch on. Okay, so it's just memory, things that I was thinking about, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna talk about that. Yeah, this is good to talk about. Or, sometimes going through my week, this week I was like feeling blank, but I was paying attention to a lot of my experiences. And yeah, drama at the beginning, at the very beginning, which was last week. It wasn't, yeah, it was a little drama. I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. But yeah, so I want to touch on what I've learned to balance my spiritual life with the material world. And I'm going to incorporate all of that from the last videos. Well, not all of that. I'm going to incorporate some of that from my past videos. So go back and check those out if you want to know what I'm talking about. Let's say the past 2 or 3 videos. Okay, because I find myself on this platform starting over because I'm just trying to find I was trying to find myself and my placement and calling on this platform. So bear with me, because as I'm on this journey, so are you. And if you're not, then what y'all doing here? Just in case you get on the journey? Okay, just kidding. So I'm going to say this. In the beginning of my journey, and let me help you understand that something I had to understand about the spiritual journey. We're all spiritual beings, whether you're positive or negative. we're still spiritual beings having a human experience. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. For those who don't think they're spiritual, that's something you got to work out on your own. I can't help you with that. I grew up in a household that was spiritual, religious. But I've always felt some type of way about me. Okay? So if you're having a spiritual awareness because you become aware that you're more than just this body. All right? Now, to have an awakening is to awaken to a lot of the hidden messages or that people, places, and things have been hiding from us. So we've become aware of things. We're acknowledging that we're growing and realizing and making sense of things to ourselves. Okay? Because everybody want to say, oh, prayer, meditation, and all this good stuff. It is. It does involve prayer, having a conversation with your higher self that connects that spirit body that connects to something higher, that gives you signs, symbols, and synchronicities to help guide you if you're willing to accept the guidance. All right? So about a couple of videos ago, I talked about someone that I had here that I allowed to stay here for about a couple of months. Okay? And there are some things that the universe showed me. And a lot of people say, well, God told me and God showed me. Well, I was seeing these things through certain signs, symbols, and synchronicities because I would ask for confirmation or profirmation. And I would see some of these signs in nature, how nature would react. And I know you like, Anita, come on now, tell us business. He also knows. Okay, I'll tell you. So some of the confirmations that I would ask for to let me know I'm not tripping, like I'm just really not talking to myself, and that was really for me because I've gotten a lot of these signs, but when I got these signs before, I was just like, okay, that was a coincidence. That was a coincidence, and the word coincidence is two incidents. So if it happened more than 2 times, it's no longer a coincidence. It's like, okay, this is really happening. It is really happening. It is not 2 incidents. It's happened more than twice. And even though it was happening more than twice to me, it still wasn't registering that it was coming from me. That I was sending it out, energies out, to help me realize the gifts, talents, and skills that lie dormant within. All these years, things was happening. And I did not realize it was coming from me, my darlings. And it was. It was coming from me. So you just know that when you're going through a spiritual awakening or an awakening, it may not be something pleasant. You might have some surprises. Those surprises come in the form of signs, symbols, and synchronicities. So other signs that was given to me, going back to what I was talking about, the situation that I had living here, that I allowed to live here for a couple of months. It helped me to even, because there's other incidents that I was reading, and I'm going to tell you what they are. Am I pointing? My bad. Anyway, I'm going to tell y'all what they are. Okay? So a lot of times, let's say, when you're gifted with certain things. And when I say gifted, like material things, when you're gifted with material things, a lot of times those things are meant for you. They're not meant for you to share unless you have a whole lot of, and you know you can't do nothing with it. Then you share. But you have to, even when you share, you have to be careful who you share with. Okay, let that be a warning. Be careful who you share with. Because some cats and dogs don't deserve food from you. You give them a little plate of food to eat. They go back and tell their little cat buddies and dog buddies, like, yeah, homegirl over here in on this side of town, she feeding us. And it wasn't even an us I fed. It was a you I fed. So you got to be careful. You got to get to know people before you share things out. Don't just accept people's stuff. Be like, yeah. You know, and even though I'm saying this, Anita, let's remind ourselves, because sometimes information comes through us, to us, and not just for us. But we got to be mindful. It might be for us as well. So pay attention. When people come with their hands out, that's a warning sign. You know what I'm talking about? Right away, I'm going to be side-eyeing you. Like, I know they freaking lying. But there are just people who come in a way that's very manipulative, very subtle though. But you got to get to know them to see, test that spirit. So again, back to what I was saying, to not veer you off course and forget that I'm trying to go down a certain path. So let me tell you. So when people are around you and certain things start to happening and they've never happened before, you're being given signs that people don't belong. And in my last video, remember I said sometimes furniture started to break down, plumbing not working, stuff not working right, stuff end up missing. You're feeding a person all your food, trying to help them out, but then when they get theirs, they're not sharing. Even though you let it be known, your food is your food, mine is mine. And it can be confusing because it will come from the heart. Even though I'm told, okay, when you get your money, you buy your own food and have for yourself. But also I'm the type of person, if I see you don't have, you're lacking in your food, I'm going to look out for you. But to each their own, you got to do it from the heart. And when you don't do stuff from the heart, it just let me know. When I let them stay here, I did it from my heart. Not that I'm looking for something back just because I give it to you. You don't have to give it back to me in that same way. You don't have to share your food. You see I'm hungry. You don't have to, But anyway, and I'm not using that as an example if someone is watching and they think, oh, okay, but whatever. I'm not trying to use that against them. No, I'm just using it as an example. But the signs I was getting was stuff was falling apart in my house. It's energy. And I remember this person asked me, so you think if I leave, it's some type of energy that I bring in, or you think it's energy that just because I leave, something will change? But they didn't say nothing about it. And they think, oh, because I leave, you think something will change? And I'm thinking to myself, heck yeah. I was thinking to myself, yeah. But then I started to doubt it. Like, I don't know. But then I realized once they left, things changed. Things start to hold up. Furniture that was falling apart start to hold up, or it's still holding up. Plumbing that wasn't working is working. The house is staying clean. I ain't got to worry about somebody eating all over my house when I ask them not to. That's why they have a kitchen and a dining room, a place to eat. Okay, so I'm speaking on this to let you know these certain signs, symbols, and synchronicities that are given to us to be aware of. You're awakened. Sometimes you don't realize it then, but sometimes, like even now, you hear my voice and I'm speaking on this and I'm letting you know. Now you be like, oh yeah, that's why this happened. And you get a car and you let somebody drive your car and something go wrong with your car because it wasn't meant for them to be driving. The car wasn't given to them. Sometimes you got to just tell people no. If they're not coming to help fix it, help take care of it, then no, they don't need it. Now, let me help you understand, balancing your spiritual life with your material life. Because spirit, universe, ancient ancestors, ascended masters, supernatural forces of nature, most high, whatever you want to call it, what guides you. Give us signs to let us know that's not a good idea. Even angel numbers, they talk to you. As soon as you let a person in to move in, stuff started breaking down, stuff started leaking. You start to feel uneasy. Even listen to how you feel, your intuition. What is your intuition? You feel an emotion that's trying to communicate to your brain a logic of what you're feeling. Like, okay, Anita, you don't feel right. So what does that mean logically? Something ain't right. All of a sudden, certain energies come around. Pay attention to that. Pay attention to those intuitive knowings. Energies, when certain energies come around, you got to pay attention. And even if you think it's good, sometimes you got to feel them out because you're probably resonating past energies, thinking those past energies are still good, still vibrant, and thinking it's still the same. Oh, they're going to treat me good because they did back then, or what have you. Well, they're a spiritual person. And be careful of those who always run their mouth. I'm spiritual. So watch out for me because I usually say that, don't I? But just remember, we all spiritual. We are all spiritual. And remember, spiritual does not necessarily mean you're good. You can say you're spiritual and no, you're a bad spirit. Pay attention. Okay? Pay attention. Oh, I should have brought my water in because my throat is getting a little. But to stay in tune with spirituality, your spirituality, your spirit self, and those spirits or forces or energies that's assisting you and guiding you. Stay in prayer. Prayer is just literally having a conversation with those energies that are around you. Have some conversations, When you don't know what to do, ask. Like, I'm feeling kind of off in the heart and mind, and I need some of your time, spirit, most high, benevolent ancestors. ascended master, I need you. And if anybody's around you, hear you talking to yourself and they feel uncomfortable, that's their business. For real. It's their business. Because when you see some of the signs, symbols, and synchronicity and some of the miracles that take place in your life, you're going to be like, bump you. Because me talking with spirit, saying my prayers, and having my conversations is working for me. You stay out of it. Stay out of it, please. Meditation is good. It's great. It's awesome. Because meditation is a time to sit still. And not just sit still, because, you know, like I said before, meditation comes in different forms and ways. Some people meditate just walking, and then they be in a form of meditation, walking out in nature. Some people have to dance and be in meditation just so they can hear the voice of righteousness, or just hear the messages come through. That's for your guidance, okay? And you listen with an open heart and open mind. Now, take in consideration, if you're looking for something good and you've been putting out something bad, you might hear a whole lot of negativity before you hear something good. But you got to know, because some people are raised in negativity and don't know what's right and wrong. Let me help you understand what's right and wrong. Because what's right and wrong is what's right and wrong for you. Now, when it comes to other people, you respect their rules and laws governing their existence, just like you want them to respect the rights and wrongs of your existence, your boundaries. This is how you know what's right and what's wrong. Because you'll feel it, you'll know what's right and wrong for me. Let me get back to that, you know, this spirituality, because a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people can't relate because they don't know, they never had an experience to let them realize. But when you do have an experience to let you realize there is something operating in a dimension that you can't see, but you can sense it, feel it, hear it, and sometimes even see it. But sometimes we blow stuff off because we don't want to be labeled as crazy, because we don't want a trip down to the crazy house and have them giving us all kinds of medication that'll mess us up even more, okay? I don't believe in the powers of the medical field, because they ain't got no power except for what you give them. And I said what I said. And you don't have to believe, because I'm not asking you to believe, I'm asking you to know yourself, know thyself. For in knowing thyself, no one can, or anything can, any place will tempt you. Okay, y'all felt that? All right. So anywho, so I am getting you to understand balancing your spiritual life from your material life. Have you ever said you have to stamp in your imagination a request on the spirit realm and allow it to be brought forth, or what some people say manifest? I don't like to use the word manifest. I'm not trying to infest anything. So hear me. Try to bring forth from the spiritual realm into the physical ideas, intentions that will be beneficial for not only me, but for everyone that it can benefit. Some of you call these ideas, thoughts. But if you can see it, utilize your imagination and feel that it is real, you are stamping a request in the spiritual realm. Some people are like, okay, she just making it fancy. Well, hey, if I'm making it fancy, I'm saying it in a fancy way, then whatever works best for you. Because again, I'm not here to make you think like me. I just want you to think. Well, at least if you want to come around me. But even if you come around me, don't mean you're going to be talking to me. Maybe I'll just say, hey, how you doing? Keep it moving. Because, like I said, we can sometimes, when I say we, I'm talking about y'all too. We can read energy. You know what makes us feel good. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. Okay, and so back when I was saying about seeing signs, symbols, and synchronicities and acting on it, paying attention to it, and realizing, okay, now I got to strategize and get this person out of here. Or sometimes you don't even have to strategize to get a person out of here. Just be like, okay, Most High, we got to get this person out. You see what they do. If I don't see everything they doing, you see everything. So let's get them out. And then somehow it works it out. The universe works it out where they end up leaving on their own. And you didn't have to say a word. But just know, because I stated, I've done stuff like this. I used to let people live with me and then understand why I was losing stuff. Why things was always happening to me, because I was helping the wrong people, helping people who just wanted to use me. And the test came back around when I allowed this person back into my home to stay, trying to help them out. Because I wasn't trying to be with them. Of course, I kept my boundaries because I was like, no. You're just going to be in here and out here. Why is it you guys, not all of you men? I'm not talking about all of the men. I'm talking about certain guys and boys. Think that just because you're living with a woman, you're going to achieve getting in her bed. Just because you're a man, don't mean, and I'm helping you, don't mean I like you. Of course, I gotta like you to let you come stay in my house, but it doesn't mean I like you to form some kind of intimate relationship. Because if I gotta form an intimate relationship with someone I'm helping and moving into my house that can't help themselves, they can't help me. And even if once you move in and you're not helping yourself, it's also showing me you can't help me. So, and maybe it's not meant for you to help me. Maybe it's meant for you to move on and go help somebody else. It's just not meant to be. And sometimes we got to respect that. I know you're saying, well, Anita, sometimes I pray, sometimes I meditate, and do something. You know, if you're not consistent and you're not really working on yourself, your shadow self as well as your light self, because a lot of people say you got to do the shadow work. You got to do some light work too. If you don't use it, you lose it. You don't work it, you hurt it. Yes. So I realized, let me, one of these years back then, not too long ago, I was like, well, let me do this for a certain amount of time and see what happens. Let me just make this a part of my lifestyle, to meditate every day. If not every day, most of the days, at least I'm going to be consistent in getting it in. Let me pray every day. If not every day, most days, as long as I'm getting it in and having some conversations. Let me set up an altar, okay, that alters the energy in my home. So when I set up an altar, because I know some people think altars are bad, and even the use of the word altar, I get it, it alters the energy. But what energy are you putting into that altar to alter the energy in your home? Okay? Because on my altar sits my ancestor and my teacher, even though my teacher is still living. My teacher and mentor is still living. But I just put it there because out of respect and just to show pilgrimage and honor, respect, because, I was taught a lot. It helped me understand some things about myself. It awakened me to who I truly am and start to realize that I am more than just a human existing. That a lot of the stuff that I had been experiencing that I thought were like miracles or back in the day, magical, like, okay, why is that happening? I know I saw that. But I had to blow it off as, okay, I was just hallucinating. Oh, okay, it was really nothing when it was something. And the reason why we pass things off as nothing, because if we was to mention it to somebody else and they can't relate, then just don't expound on it anymore. But a lot of times we blow it off because we don't want people to think we got a loose screw in our heads. Some people do, but I'm not going into that. Sometimes we go through so much trauma, it does cause a screw to become loose because we feel we can't take it anymore. And we fall weak to those emotions because it becomes so overwhelming, almost as if we can't control it. And then something else take possession of our minds and hearts, which causes us to do some dangerous, evil things. We get it. Now, some of y'all don't get it, but we get it sometimes. So just know that growing, realizing, and awakening within you, awakening to you realizing you are a spirit being, awakening to the real realities within your environment, what's going on in your world, things you question, and things you start to see, whether they're signs, symbols, or synchronicities, or just things that seem miraculous. Well, you're a miraculous being. But in understanding that, it is not always a happy journey and this awakening. I'm not trying to discourage you, but just know that life itself isn't always pleasant. And when you are learning lessons, there are tests called temptations, just to see if you've mastered it. Everybody grow in their own way. But if you refuse to grow and change from doing things that you've done like a child, mentally, emotionally acting out that way, and you refuse to change, and there's no growth, you gotta question yourself why you're miserable. If you are miserable, because some people with their mouth will profess, I'm doing good. And some people might think they're doing good. It is all about how you think and feel about your life. So yeah, comfort goes out the window. Yeah. Comfort goes out the window because you can't learn something, get so comfortable with it, because growth is about not getting stuck in comfort. Enjoy some comforts of things, but just know that people, places, and things get old. And when I say people, places, and things get old, I mean as far as, I'm not talking about their age. If they're not growing with you, then you're gonna have to grow without them. Can't take it, people, places, and things with you on your journey unless they're on the same journey as you are, and you just enjoy it to the best of your ability. You know, change your perspective to ensure, knowing that your perspective has to constantly change in the now to ensure joy and happiness for yourself. And with joy and happiness becomes sad and lonely sometimes, because it can be a lonely journey if you feel like you're in it by yourself, because it's personal. It's because it's you. You're focusing in on you and your growth. And no one can walk into your mind and see and know what you're thinking or what you're imagining. So yeah, or what you're feeling. They can't step inside of your body and feel that. They can probably sense it. And sometimes there are people who can pick up on your thoughts. And that's why communication is great to have, just as long as you have someone who is inner and understanding your journey, because they're on that journey as well. So there is a lot of work needed, depending on the experiences you've had, things, knowing what needs to, knowing what it is you need to let go. So whatever it is you need to let go of, or you need to go inside, you be honest with yourself, listen to the voice within and to your heart, be honest from your heart that you know these are some things I truly need to work on within me. If you're a liar, if you want to stop lying, just stop lying, because you're going to feel it. You're going to really get tired of having to live in lies. You're lazy, you're going to get tired of never seeing things get done, seeing yourself in the same place, because then you know you're not growing. All right. So as I always say, I am not here to make you think like me. Hopefully, you would just want to think for yourself. All right, y'all. Take care. I gotta go. I don't know if y'all heard the phone ringing in the background, but yeah, I gotta go. Hi, my name is AnitaYarbrough, and I am your holistic healing life coach and counselor. I bring to you today my signature programs based on healing transformations that align purpose. My first signature program, self-authentication based healing. This paradigm shifting and transformative based program is designed to share life experiences due to the changing times we're in to assert your self authenticating willpower. In this program, you will learn the importance of healing to help lead the way towards understanding a new age mindset that promotes creative, holistic living for unlocking your purpose. Transform and align with your purpose in any area you choose. Within these changing times, by trying a new approach to tasks and or activities to gain courage and confidence. Feel free to accept the changes in the world and experience the new, real you without judgment from yourself and others. Learn to accept uncontrollable circumstances. Let go of the past and activate a new you. Overcome blockages on your way towards your newfound freedom after attending this life-changing presentation. After this program, you will be able to learn the difference between using logic and intuition, understand how your belief systems influence your authenticity. Learn the importance of balancing your light and dark psyche. Use mental and emotional coping techniques to transcend traumas and pain to start the healing process. Gaining self-acceptance to heal through self-talk and expression. My second signature program is lifestyle-based healing. This life-building and knowledge-based program is designed to help you succeed in the next phase of transformational growth during these changing times to enhance your development. In this session, you will learn how to tap into your natural survival resources and following the intuitive influences that open your eyes to new pathways of living, achieve greater results, and supercharge your mission by creating a new lifestyle. You will come to understand how to discipline your body, your mind, and spirit to prepare the unexpected and expected changes in your life, inside and out. Inspire others to do the same. Become efficient and improve functionality after this enlightening presentation. After this program, you will be able to learn what your limits are towards change, learn how to replace unwanted habits with better practices, identify your stress triggers and traumas, to make changes and self-heal. Learn about inner and outside influences that affect your lifestyle. Understand how good health practices establishes great wealth to enhance a certain lifestyle. Learn the importance of your survival and creating your new life and what it takes to sustain a new lifestyle. Expose your toxicities before incorporating new lifestyle changes. Now, this third signature program is my communication-based healing. This mind-enriching session will teach you how to express and communicate your thoughts and feelings. Demonstrate many ways to communicate your subconscious mind to gain control of your life. The strategies in this portion of the program will fine-tune your communication skills within these changing times by using your childlike imagination to promote healing and find your confidence to better express yourself. Learn how to analyze the communication style of others, which better helps with understanding how to communicate. So after this presentation, you will be able to achieve a life of mastery that is limitless. So after this program, you will be able to learn to listen to your true voice, to break your own hypnotic spell, learn importance of self-talk, creatively express your imagination to welcome in the healing process, learn and understand different communication styles, find out how to communicate commands to your subconscious mind to create change. Now, this last signature program is community-based healing. This approach into the community dynamics during these times of change will alter your reality to identify patterns in situations and know when to seek solutions. Learn the positives and negatives of comparisons and judgments that are used within your environment or community. Learn tactics to break away from the trends within your environment and community that are presently not realized as mind control tools. Learn manifestations for your ideal environment or community, which can influence and become impressionable to others. Before this presentation ends, it will empower your every move. So after this program, you will be able to understand how to manifest your needs and wants, recognizing patterns that will create solutions for a better change, learn how to recognize individuals of bad or good influence in your space, understand how making peace with yourself can become a masterpiece for an ideal community, create better habits and practices that will help you attain the peace you so desire, and design and create a space that cannot be compared to others. I would like to thank you for taking time out in your busy day and joining me or sitting with me in learning more about my signature programs. As I always tell others, I am not here to make you think like me. I just want you to think. Again, thank you and have a great rest of your day.